And when it was time, he gave up. If it wasn't time, he wouldn't have died. Everything was written before. And that's what I want to show us. So they broke the legs of the other ones, but you know, but when they came to Jesus, verse 33, and saw that he was already dead, for them it was like, how come? How come? Because he was beaten mercilessly already. It was only by the grace of God he even survived up till that time. And it had to be like that. He had to suffer for you and for me, so that Satan can never ever come and say, you have done that and Jesus did not pay that price. That would be the greatest lie. He was, if you read Isaiah 53, he was beaten until he didn't look like a human being again. And when they came to Jesus and saw that he was already dead, they did not break his leg. Why? Because it was already written that none of his legs shall be broken. Go to Zechariah, for example. Or let's first go to Exodus chapter 12. Exodus chapter 12, verse 43. Exodus 12. So I'll read from 43 to 49. I need you to follow. I need you to have a proper understanding of what you are worshiping, who you are worshiping, what you are doing. We are not just saying do it because you are told to do so. No, you need an understanding. Because when tribulation comes, you have to know, yes, what I'm doing is the truth. Like John wrote. He who wrote this thing, wrote it, he was a witness. And this is the truth, so that you may believe. So, Exodus 12, 43, downwards. And the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. No foreigner shall eat it. But every man's servant who is bought for money, when you have circumcised him, then he may eat it. That means you have to come into the family. You have to belong. You cannot stay outside and belong to my family. Either I adopt you or you were born in my family. So you need to decide whether you belong in the family of God or not. Whether you receive Jesus or not. Verse 45, Exodus 12. A sojourner and a hired servant shall not eat it. That's what I'm saying. An outsider cannot partake in this divine nature. You have to make up your mind. A sojourner and a hired servant shall not eat it. But verse 44 said, but the servant who has been bought for money, when he has been circumcised, he can eat it. That means Jesus has to bring you in. Jesus has somebody has to adopt you, and in this case it's Jesus. If Jesus doesn't adopt you, you cannot be adopted, because he bought you with his blood. He paid for you by his blood, with his blood, in his blood. He laid down his life for you that you may come in. And so if you stand outside, if you are a sojourner or an outsider, you can't partake. That's why we have to decide. Verse 46. In one house it shall be eaten. In one house it shall be eaten. You shall not carry any of the flesh outside the house, nor, that's where we're coming, nor shall you break one of its bones. This was talking about the physical animal lamb in Egypt that the children of Israel ate. Because this was all symbolic of what Jesus was coming to do.